Hold up. This isn't some cheesy kid show. This is Kids in the Tank, a young perspective on business from high school students.
All right, welcome back to Kids in the Tank. I'm Hunter, and today we have a special alumni edition. And today I have
My name is Troy Feeney. Hi. I was in the first ever session of BizTank.
My name is Emily, and I've never actually been in BizTank, but I work as a BizTern helping out.
Yeah, and I'm Hunter again. So I'm a BizTern. I was in the first very season of BizTank. Kind of been an intern with Geneva Supply for a while now, almost 2 years. So that's kind of what I do. But I go to UW Whitewater. My major is undecided, but I think
most
I'm
college students.
like
That's
most
cool.
college students. You know, I'm only a sophomore, so
Right?
don't know.
Got time.
Got time to declare
Got
that.
2 whole years.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a fifth
But yeah,
year.
what about you, Emily?
I also go to Whitewater. I am a marketing major, possibly digital marketing, and yeah.
So I am a sophomore at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater as well. So we got a whole Whitewater squad here. I'm attempting to major in computer science with a business management minor.
Oh my God, how's that going? Computer science sounds rough.
It's rough and tough.
I
at the
took a
same time.
computer science class. I don't remember his name, but he's really old and talks really slow.
Most computer science professors
Oh,
like
it was
that.
the worst.
You do it with a lot of accents, a lot
He
of
wore a
language
utility
barriers.
belt over his sweater. You'll probably
Like
probably
Batman?
have him. I'm sure you will.
Nice.
But yeah. So I think the main reason I decided to go to Whitewater was because, you know, I live in Delavan, and it's as close as you want it to be, but it's
Yeah.
as far as you want it to be as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And not gonna lie, it's the only school I applied to. Only school.
Well, I am an hour away from home. I'm from Illinois. Woohoo.
Yeah.
But it's like what Hunter said. Like I'm
Hunter.
Hunter. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
What Hunter said. I'm far enough where I have my independence, but I'm close enough where I can go home.
Do you go home very often?
Not as much as I thought I would, really at all. But I don't know. I guess I'm a homebody, but I like to be away from my family too, and I'm also the youngest of 4. So when I'm home, well, I'm normally the only one there. So
I feel you. But you need to come home sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I'm also from Delavan, so Whitewater.
Troy and I went to high school together, graduated together.
2017, fresh and
Yeah.
clean, boy. So the reason why I chose Whitewater was there's 2 parts or 3 parts. I applied to a lot of local schools, and I applied to one school way out in California. They're like, no. So I decided to stay in Wisconsin, and Whitewater gave me the most money, which is always the best option, and it was very
yeah.
close, kind of like how Hunter said, like, it was close enough
It's
to
not
where...
on the way to anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
It's like, it was close enough to home where I could, like, call my parents up and, like, hey, like, I'm tired of college food. Can I please have some real food? And
Dude,
then
that
go home
college
and
food
chill,
sucks.
you know? And then, but still, they wouldn't, like, pop up on me in the middle of
yeah.
the day when I'm at college. So it was, it's a pretty nice medium. And also, I was, a major part of me going to Whitewater was I was on the Whitewater forensics team there, too, which is, like,
That Troy did very
competitive
well. I
speech.
saw him in the paper a couple of times,
Thank you.
know.
I tried.
Doing good stuff.
I tried as hard as I could.
Would you say that's like one of your favorite things that you've done in Whitewater so far?
Yeah, so far it's my second favorite. And I'll say that only because right now I am the current president of the Mixed Race Student Union on campus too.
Nice.
So I'm trying to pave the way for people who identify themselves as biracial, multiracial, multi-ethnic, trans-ethnic, like me. I'm adopted. I have white parents, obviously not white, so that kind of thing. So resources for people who identify as that, and just want to help out with the cause. So that's my favorite thing right now. I'm putting like my all
That's
into
awesome.
it. So
that's good. Good for you.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Emily, aren't you a cheerleader?
Oh yes, I am a cheerleader at UW Whitewater. Hurrah! Super fun. That's all I can say about that.
How long have you been doing it?
Yeah.
Well, I did gymnastics nearly my entire life, but I didn't want to do it in college.
Why's that?
It was incredibly grueling. In high school, I never had a life because I did gymnastics 23 hours a week. And I didn't want that for my college life, so I took cheerleading as an alternate route, and now we only practice 3 times a week without games and things like that.
That's what's
Still
up,
takes up a lot of time, though.
Yeah, my mom used to be a gymnastics coach, and she used to talk about how hard and like how demanding this sport actually
It's
was.
incredibly
Dude,
demanding.
those people are fit.
So
Yeah.
fit, it's crazy.
So fit.
Used to be, and then I went to college.
Hey, college happens to everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That freshman 15 though.
Freshman 15
Still got mine.
Working on the sophomore
so real.
now.
Sophomore.
Whatever comes next.
sophomore 17 added onto it.
But yeah,
How
that's
about you?
probably my least favorite part.
Yeah,
You get to college and you just like, you're already some like point of lazy in your life, but like you go to college and it's just like, you get even more lazy and then it builds up.
yeah.
and
It's weird. Like going to school in high school, you woke up every morning
It was
at
a
like
strict
6:30,
schedule.
6:30 in the morning.
caught your bus, went to school for 8 hours, and then went home.
I
And
can't even
then
do 2
sometimes-
in a row.
Sports.
now.
Exactly. Sports after school. If you had to stay after school for like
Yeah.
to ask your teachers, it was crazy.
It
And, like,
was, no kidding.
it's insane. And now,
And now we're in college, and it's like, oh my god, 2 hours?
I can
What?
barely make my 11:15 a.m. class 2 days a week. Like that's insane. I don't know what happened.
God forbid an 8 a.m.
Right.
Haven't had one of those yet.
Haven't
or
had
a
an 8
Friday
a.m.
class. Keep
Yeah.
your fingers crossed.
Whitewater's very good about not having Friday classes, which I love.
I know.
I do really appreciate that.
Especially if you're on top of when you pick your classes. Like, if you pick them on
No,
time,
I'm with
like,
that.
you have a good chance of not
I
getting a
got
Friday class.
I got one coworker right now that hasn't picked his classes yet for spring semester, and I'm like, dude, like,
Oh no!
you gotta get on that.
I'm only
otherwise-
taking 12 credits this next semester.
Hey,
I gotta get that GPA up, man.
that's all that matters. I think I got like
Any of you make the dean's
16.
list?
no.
Me neither.
I mean, what?
The dean's list?
Oh my god, I see people posting this on social media, and I'm like, "Pfft, nobody cares.
No one cares.
No one
about your
cares.
dean's
Last year.
list, man.
Nobody
I
cares.
did last year. All I'm happy about is I passed econ and accounting.
Hey, listen,
Not
that
same.
That was my accomplishment for the
Hey.
year.
GPA, that's all you gotta look for. As soon as you get that certain point, and you're above like a 2.5 or something, you're
So
like
are you in the
I'm
College
good.
of Science,
Yeah.
technically? But
Yeah.
then your minor is in the College of...
business. Yeah. So right now, I'm not like officially, like on my transcript, it doesn't say I have a business management minor, but I'm talking to my academic advisor right now, and he's trying to work out a schedule with me to where I can maybe take summer classes and fall next semester to kind of get that minor
Yeah.
started because I'm already a little late on
That's
it. So.
awesome.
Just a random piece of advice for those watching. My mom in high school always told me your freshman year is your most important year, and she told me that again in college. And I'm sure all of us here can attest that freshman year is the most important year.
It is.
And it's the easiest. For me, it was easier than like every year in high school. And then it's like I did really well my freshman year, so I was able
Sophomore
to.
year has been the hardest so
Yeah,
far.
sophomore year was absolutely the hardest. So definitely do your best freshman year, absolute best. Go to every class and everything like that, because it
I
pays
think
off
that's-
when you struggle sophomore
That is
year.
the hardest thing about going to college, is going to class.
Yeah,
It's
so you
surprising.
have the
Decide.
opportunity to not.
It's so
It's your
hard to
choice.
do.
And so another piece of advice I'm going to kind of piggyback off, and I hope I don't like contradict what you said too much. Have fun your freshman year.
No, definitely.
Because if you have too much fun your sophomore year and junior year, you cannot bounce back. I'm telling you that from experience. I am lucky to still be a sophomore at Whitewater. So I'm just have a lot of fun, do as much as you can, get involved. And I know, my God, get involved. Get
Yeah,
involved.
get involved.
Like, it gives you a great
I'm not
excuse to
very
make
involved,
friends.
but-
Hey, like you can go to a first week fall semester group or an organization meeting, right?
Yeah, I did that.
And you could like meet a bunch of people, and even if you don't stick it out the rest of the year or the semester, like you
At
probably
least
made
you
a couple of
did it.
connections. Yeah, like go out and try it. At college, especially at Whitewater, they have so many organizations there that cater to
Oh,
a
yeah.
boatload of different people with different identities.
There's
different,
hundreds.
You know, like it's crazy. It's real crazy, and you'll be surprised to find what's out there.
So Troy, how do you think BizTank has influenced you so far?
Honestly, I think BizTank influenced me in the biggest way is that I'm more open to talking to people and more open to asking people questions. And it might be weird, but like when we interviewed Jason Pfeiffer and, when we got the chance to talk to people like Lori Cheek, it really it made me open up because I look at those people as untouchable. Even though some people's positions may not be super high up in some people's eyes. It's someone who owns a business. And I'm like, automatically that's pretty intimidating.
Oh, for sure.
So
I wouldn't have had that connection on my own.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have wanted to even try to get that connection
exactly.
on my own.
I was like, so, okay, I got this opportunity to talk to these people, pick their brain. And for some reason, I had this vision of them in my mind where it's like they're too busy to talk to anybody else. But they were super nice and super advice-giving. And to be honest, the skill of being able to ask people and kind of get over the fact that they may have a high job position or whatever and ask for advice is probably the biggest thing I learned. I don't know about everybody else. What about you guys?
What do you think of, since, you didn't get to go to BizTank, unfortunately, but, like, looking from the outside in, what do you think?
100% if I had the opportunity, knowing now I would have jumped at it immediately. I think it's a great way to build personal and professional connections and to just branch out and expand, like, your knowledge of, like, possible career options, like, how to get there. And I just really think it's a great program.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be there for the very first. Yeah. It was a good time. I even got to interview Jason Pfeiffer one-on-one in this not one-on-one, but, like, four-on-one. He was really cool, super, like, I get you guys are kids, but let me show you how cool, like, this can actually be. Yeah. But being in BizTank has really benefited me, even though I only did one season. I thought it was cool. It helped me with my communication skills.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
The first time I did this, I was, like, so nervous, and I screwed up a million times. But, like, now if I mess up, I'm like, it's fine.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was awesome.
It's also definitely helped my public speaking. Like, I haven't gone very many times, but, like, when I ask questions, like, I don't get so much, like, anxiety and, like, I'm much more calm. Even now in, like, this situation.
Yeah.
I feel that. I was just gonna ask, what do you guys, kind of flip-flopping back to the topic of college real quick, like, if you had to tell somebody one thing that is a necessity for college, what would it be? Like a necessity. Like something that people wouldn't really tell you, but do it anyways.
I think my biggest thing was, you hear this all the time, but, like, your freshman year, people are in the same boat as you. You hear that a lot. Sounds stupid, but it's true. So I made friends with all the people on my floor. Like, we're all actually still really good friends because I went out and I introduced myself, even though it was so scary because you're like, I don't know any of these people. And even being in Delavan, I said, don't room with somebody you know.
Oh,
Your
I
freshman
can
year, don't do it.
attest to that. Okay, quick story time. I roomed with my best friend of 5 years.
Bad decision.
In the same dorm. And she did everything for me. Like, I like, had no preparation or anything. I was just like, okay, yeah, you pick it all. Picked Bigelow.
Worst dorm out there at Whitewater.
Hence they're chuckling. Okay, mistake number 1. And then we just butted heads constantly. I ended up having to move out of the dorm, and we tried to end on good terms, but we don't talk.
Living in the dorm is hard on its own.
Yeah,
even
especially
I room with somebody I didn't even know.
Yeah,
but, like, it's hard because it's so small.
And everyone thinks that it won't be them because, like, you guys are so close, or you've been friends for so long, and, like, I was friends with her.
Happen.
Her family moved to Africa, like
that's.
And we're still just not talking.
I was gonna say, like, my piece of advice was, room with somebody you don't know. It's scary. It really is.
You don't know this person.
The thought of being and living in a space with somebody that you don't know is scary. But I mean, the odds, you're either going to have a terrible experience or an amazing experience. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think the risk is worth it. I mean, you can move out at semester, like, as long as nothing terrible happens.
I moved out, and my next roommate, she was great. I loved her.
That's good. Yeah.
Exactly. And was it somebody you knew?
No, I wasn't, but we actually are she's only from a town over, so.
I got so sick of the food, though.
Don't get me started.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Ask her.
It's funny, I feel like I'm addicted to Herbits and Gerberts, which is a sub sandwich shop that's at Whitewater. And everybody, like, kind of, like, deals with it while they're there because it's, like, really quick and easy. And when everyone's home, I always talk to my friends that also go to Whitewater, and they're like, oh, dude, I'm so glad I don't have to eat there. And I'm like, dude, honestly? I'm craving herbs right now, and it's weird. No. It's weird. I'm sorry.
I could never eat it ever again.
I barely can. Okay, and then they have, like, the burger place that's, like, right next to Herbs down there.
Stacks.
Yeah, Stack Burger. Okay, and one of my friends, my freshman year, he got a grilled chicken, and he, like, came up to me and goes, oh my God, Emily, look at this. And it was straight up raw in the middle.
College food.
Disgusting.
College food just isn't.
It was like
Sometimes
raw.
it's not bad, but I definitely would prefer home cooked meals.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah. So
That's college, though.
it's 2019.
It is.
What are you looking forward to the most? You know, semester's coming up in a week. We go back.
Honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited to write 2018 and then scribble it out on every piece of paper I
Every
write.
piece
and
of
then
paper.
do a little half butted 9 that's over it in pen or pencil. But in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to, this is weird, but I'm looking forward to grades.
Why?
Only because, or not grades, but like going back to class.
Honestly,
Because-
me too.
Why?
only because, like I said, my freshman year was Party City. Like it wasn't. It was
freshman year was a blur.
Freshman year was crazy and fun, and I'll never forget anything that happened. But it was not. It was not GPA and schoolwork centered, and that's what I really regret. So I've made a flop. I'm not crazy as I was, but I'm very, very excited to
Still
get back in the
wild,
classroom. Hey, happens.
Oh, wild side.
Happens. Everybody does. But I'm just happy to get back in the classroom, learn. I really like learning, which is, odd for some people, but I'm just excited. I'm excited to get back on campus.
Similar for me, I had a great time my freshman year, but I was able to manage like my fun side and my scholastic side really well, and like I had a lot of fun. Like,
Jealous.
I'm sure I'm not allowed to say everything.
Yeah.
But I was also able to maintain like a really high GPA, which when I came to my sophomore year, I was like a cultural shock for me on how hard it was. So I'm most excited for almost like being more prepared for my second semester, because now like I felt what sophomore year is like, and although it doesn't seem like a big deal, like, oh my gosh, it's just one more year, but like freshman year is just like so easy classes. Like they're all gen eds. Like
exactly.
you don't really have to go to class. Like you can just fly by the seat of your pants. And like that was not what it was like sophomore year. So like now I'm ready for a second semester. So honestly, I'm kind of excited for that, and to be back with my friends.
Friends. That's what I definitely miss. You have your high school friends and you have your college friends, and it's just different. Like your college friends know like a different side of you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you got to like restart as a person.
Exactly.
Right.
So they don't
I
know all
love
your
it.
past. Unfortunately, a lot of my best friends from high school go to Whitewater, but I still hang out with them a lot. But like I introduce them to my new friends, and yeah, I miss them the most. But yeah,
I feel that.
that's what I'm looking forward to. 2019.
Exactly. I feel like when you meet friends in college, like you said, it's kind of a way to start over, and kind of like you kind of get to choose how you're viewed this time. In high school, people just
Everybody knew you.
assign something to you, and that's just what you are for 4 years,
Well, the worst.
Exactly. And like all your friends too in high school know like all the embarrassing, the bad, the super ugly, the kind of ugly about you.
Ugly.
So now that you're in college and you're an adult, it's easier.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more fun too.
Yeah, definitely.
If you guys could, would you not go to college? Like, would you go back and decide not to go?
No. I don't have really any other, like, skill sets that would help me throughout my whole life. Like, I really like photography, but, like, I don't think I can make, without college at all, have any kind of, like, profit from just doing, like, photography or things like that. So I would definitely go to college. Like, I don't have any skill sets that would not going to college would benefit from.
I feel that. Me personally, if I had the funds, I wouldn't go to college. I would go travel and do some great. Like I would just go. First off, start with the United States, visit everywhere, and then after a year of traveling, and I know a lot of kids say it, and I know a lot of people, if you take a year off of college, you're not gonna go to college, which I understand. I've seen it happen. I see it happen a lot actually now too, but I understand that I need college, which is why I went. But if I had my choice, I had the funds, I'd be out of here.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
I think if I was a guy, I would go into the trades.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just get a
Definitely
nice trade
the
set.
The
Good
union.
money,
Hey.
stuff like that. Not that I'm like, females can't do anything.
All of the
course.
boys in my
But,
family
like,
are in the trades.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And going back to your point, I actually did travel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, last summer me and my sister spent the whole summer in Europe.
Ooh. Where?
Oh gosh, there's a lot. So my dad's from Wales, so my whole family lives there. So
Is that in England?
yes, or like, it's its own country, but
Europe?
Can you? Oh, I'm not gonna make that swimming joke. Never mind. Anyway.
and then so we started there, Then we went to London. My cousins live in London. Paris, Venice, Rome, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Prague, and Budapest.
That is
Interesting.
impressive.
And then back to Wales.
I've never, furthest I've gone is the Florida.
Nice.
The Florida.
The Florida.
I think I've been to Mexico and Jamaica, and that's it. But that was like
I
with
love to go to
family.
I remember when
Jamaica.
you came back from Jamaica.
I was
Oh my God.
I bet you were dark.
I was pretty dark.
so
I was pretty dark.
tan.
It was weird. It was weird. I was a weird tan. Like, it didn't match me.
And then you were peeling.
I was
Ooh.
peeling. Oh, I ain't
remember
never
that.
been sunburned in my life. And then I went to Jamaica, and I was like, oh, I'm good. I got a skin protection. I'm fine. Came back. Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right, so let's end it on this note. If you could say anything to the future biz kids, what would you say?
Don't hesitate to do this. Make really good friends with Jeff and all the other people that help run this. They will be there for you as much as possible. And I feel like if you don't do this and you don't take full advantage of it, you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff.
I would say don't be afraid to ask questions. Questions are a great way to like expand upon things that the speaker has said, and like sometimes they'll overlook something that you may not like you and the rest of everyone else. Like if you have that question, I'm 2 other people in that room are gonna have that question too. So definitely don't be afraid to ask questions.
I think my words of advice would be work on your communication through this. Public speaking is a very good trait to have. And don't take it for granted.
Don't.
Because,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
now we're maxed out this season. So no more spots left. Kids jumped on that real quick. So that's awesome.
But when is the next time they can do BizTank if the spots are full?
Next season,
Next season.
I think.
Okay, for sure.
I
Just
think.
want to let people
But
know
yeah,
out there.
that was awesome. Thanks, guys, for joining me.
Thank you.
No problem. I had a great time
Me
talking.
too.
I love talking. Almost too much, so it's cool.
It
Well,
was great because
Yeah.
I'm not a big dog.
well, thanks for listening to our special edition of the Alumni and
Alumni.
Emily,
Oh yes, and me.
the new BizTern. So we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.